Ba ba da ba ba. Wee! Why, hello everybody that's out there on YouTube. It's your boy Maxwell coming to you with another video review. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Studio Series 86. Transformers the movie Studio Series Voyager class Scourge. Adjust my camera here a little bit. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we're going to start off by taking a look at the packaging. We're going to put Scourge off to the side here, raise up our camera a little bit. It's already up as far as it's going to go. Readjust that part of the camera. And get into looking at the box. So here we have the lovely looking box. We got a nice image there of Scourge in his robot mode. And we got the display base that's in the back. We'll take a closer look at that after we get him into robot mode. Transformers, the movie from 86, number 5 of that line. Here's the image there again of Scourge. Voyager class, Studio Series. Transformers Generations. Transformers Authentic. Here's another image there of Scourge. Here we got some words and barcodes and things. On the top, we just got Transformers the movie, and then we got the 86 here as well. And then on the back of the box, we just got your obligatory product shots, big screen inspired scale detail backdrop, Heralds of Unicron, backdrop included, 19 steps, Hasbro. Hooray for the box. Oh, moving right along, here we have Scourge in his space boat thing mode. I don't really know what to call this thing, but it's a space boat thing. And that works for me. Because why? Because I say so. Because I say so. So, yeah. So here we have him, like I said, in his space boat thing mode, and it's good looking. It's very nice, very updated look to it. And got a lot of nice bits of detailing throughout the figure. Definitely looks like how he did in the movie, but also with an up-to-date Generations look to him, which I really, really do like. Here we got the Decepticon symbol tempographed on there. It is off-kilter, but it is printed on there off-kilter, so that's nothing I can do. I honestly don't care. I half expect that a chunk of my toys, when I get them, have some form of defect when I get them. So there you got that. You got his 3 thruster things. You got a couple of ports on him. And then on the back side, you got a couple more ports there. So yeah, he does not have any wheels or anything like that, but he can slide as flying boat things should, so hooray for that. And for comparison, we'll just do a small handful of comparisons for vehicle mode. To start off with, here he is next to Leader Class without his accessories Shockwave. You can get a sense of how these two look together. Yeah, so you got that. Here he is next to Titans Return Brawn, just simply for the sake of one vehicle mode comparison. That's a smaller size Carbot. Got that. Here he is next to Astro Train, because it's Astro Train, and specifically in his spaceship mode. Get a sense of size that way. Here he is next to his Titans Return version that I have. And yes, his fin is busted on this side, but oh well. It's my toy. I played with him. There you got that. And then last, but certainly not least, here he is next to his fellow Herald of Unicron, Voyager class Cyclonus. So, yeah, these guys look really good together. I'm so looking forward to when I can get my hands on Galvatron. Then these guys will be complete. And I do have the Titans Return Galvatron, but I didn't pull them out for this review because it wouldn't have done it any justice. It really would not have. So there you go. Woo! Now, he does come with a couple of accessories. Specifically, he does include his blaster, which is a very nice looking blaster. Got lots of nice molded detailing on it. Really lots of nice molded detailing on it on both sides. It does possess a 5mm port on here, and according to the instructions and the box for vehicle mode storage, it is supposed to be stored right there, which isn't too bad. I don't usually have them displayed in vehicle mode, but hey, it works. And then, even though this isn't typical of me, but it is included with the packaging, so I kind of have to go into just talking about it. Some of these 86 movie characters do come with blast effects parts, and his is some purple energy beam thing. Come on, focus. There we go. And I dropped it. It looks nice. Hey, it works. It works. Now you can plug this in. You got multiple different places where you can actually plug this in here in the vehicle mode. I'm going to save the weaponized bits for it. You can plug this in like on his feet area if you want to do the whole that, or you can take like standard blast effects parts and just put them there. Otherwise, what the instructions show is that you can plug them onto any of these sections here, and it just fits onto them like so. Or otherwise, you can just plug it onto the gun, and that works. Hey, if it's something you want to do, it's something you can do. We're going to take that, put that off to the side, and we'll take the gun and put that off to the side. And there's not too much left to talk about specifically for the vehicle mode, except for the one thing which will help us to get into his transformation. And so we'll show that off and we'll get into his transformation. That being, you can flip this panel section down here on the front part to recreate the one scene in the movie where it disappeared, and you get to see his head as he's talking to Galvatron, where he's saying, "You want me to go Ultra Magnus?" And Galvatron proceeds to tell him that there's plenty of other Autobots for him. So, there you got that. So, I should have left that down, because now we're going to get into his transformation, shall we? The transformation! Alright, so we should have just left that down like so. Just leave that flipped up like so. Take the back section for what is this thruster piece, bring that down, and that will just sit in there like so. What are we going to do next? From here, we want to take these side panel sections here on this side here. We want to bring it up like so. Do the same on the other side. And then we want to take these sections, kind of pull them out a little bit, and come over under here and flip out his wings, like that. And then we're going to take this whole front nose cone section here and split that as well. And that will help with us with getting everything else unlocked. So do that and bring it out on a double hinge like so. Like so. Okay. From here, what are we going to do? We're going to take these thruster sections and fold them in. And we're going to bring the camera up just to here. Whoop. That way I have room to operate. So let's see. Bring those in. Bring these little sections out a little bit. And then take these sections here. So bring this out. Take these sections and collapse them in like so. So bring it out, collapse these in. And on these double hinges, just fold them, accordion them up like so. Do the same thing on this side. Like so. There you got those. From here, you want to take this back section here and untab that. And then there's these 2 tabs that are on his legs that tab into these 2 slots right here. And then you want to undo all that. But then you also want to take this section here, which has this tab and this port that goes into this post. And there's this little slot right in here where take this and bring all that up. From there, we want to take this section here, bring it down, and work these hinges so that way then you can... Oh, that's right. So that way the section all looks like this. So bend it at this down, bend this up, bend this back like so, and then this will just kind of go click into place. And then take this section here and just bring it to the back like so. Bring his wings to the back. There's this tab that'll go into this slot right there. Same on the other side. And that kind of just gives him a light locking in place like so. Turning him around, we want to untab his forearms from this tab here and bring them up and have this tab go into this slot here. And then bring his arm down. Same thing on the other side. Bring it up, tab it in. Bring his arm down. Untab his legs. This tab will just hang from this slot right here. So tab, slot. Flip out his toe and then flip out his heel. Flip out his toe and flip out his heel. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. So, there you have Scourge in his robot mode. And let's get in closer so we can take a look at some of his detailing here in robot mode. And this is a very nice looking up-to-date Scourge. Very nice looking head sculpt there. Very reminiscent as to how it looked from the movie. And then just kind of coming down here, lots of nice molded detailing on here. I love how these 86 movie figures are designed to look as they do in the movies, but also work as being for in the Classics Generations line. His wings are unfortunately a tad bit of a mess because of the way that this all works out, but hey, it works. It works. They make it work, and I appreciate the effort that they put into it. And yeah, you get to see a lot of nice molded detailing, even within his thighs. Lots of nice molded detailing, and not a lot of bits that are hollow. Not even visually hollow, which is really nice and really cool. Articulation for this guy. His head is on a ball joint, so he can move it around a lot. He can't really look up, but he can look down a little and can go from side to side. And his top thruster piece can also rotate if that's something that you want. Which, I mean, hey, great if you want it, but if you don't, oh well. Arms can rotate all the way around on this pivot joint and can move up and down. You do have a bicep rotation. You got around 90 degrees of bend there, and his wrists do swivel, which is very nice. And this fist is sculpted as being open and this one as closed. Now, I have seen and heard of some saying that this hand has broken on them. So be careful or be mindful of that with this figure. So, okay, waist swivel. Legs can go forward that far. They can go back that far. Things will kind of just move out of the way from the back here as you want it. There is a swivel there. You get a little over 90 degrees of bend there, and the ankles still tilt a little, and the toes move down, but that's more from because of transformation. And so we're bringing their... Whoa, can't believe I lost my grip on my camera there. Bring our camera down just a bit here. A little too far. Whoop, there we go. And so we can give him his gun, and he can hold it in either hand, but I, generally speaking, we'll have him hold it in his right hand. And he holds that very nice and very securely. And the nice thing is with this sculpted detailing, there's a couple different things you could do with this. You can kind of partially have him hold the Matrix of Leadership from the one episode, from the Generation 1 series, but I don't see why you would. I have seen some have him just simply holding his gun like so, and that looks pretty good and pretty cool. I might have him displayed like this, although I generally just have him standing just straight up and down. So you do have that as an option and capability. And he can hold his gun in the other hand as well. There's a little bit of a tab there that'll allow him to hold it. And then, of course, the blast effect piece can plug into the gun still like that, and he can be shooting. So hooray for that. And putting him off to the side. And now we'll get into our comparisons. Before we get him into his robot mode, I just figured we'd do a quick comparison. Here he is next to Fracas, the headmaster for Scourge. So you can get a sense of scaling that way. There you got that. Right, and for starters, here he is next to Titan's Return Legend Class Brawn. So you can get a sense of size and scaling that way. Here he is next to Earthrise / Siege Astrotrain. So you can get a sense of scaling that way. Here he is next to Shockwave, Herald of Logic. Get that. And here he is next to his Titan's Return self. You just get a sense of scaling for and how much has changed since this figure came out. Which he's still a great figure. He's really good. You got that? And here is his fellow Herald of Unicron, Cyclonus. And for both of these guys being Voyager class figures, yeah, they both definitely warrant the price point. And yes, Cyclonus is a bit taller, but he always was a bit taller. And these guys look really good together. So there you got that. Now, of course, the last thing to talk about is, of course, the included display stand. So we'll just get that taken out from the box. And here we have our display stand, which, as you can see, is that scene from the transformation, his transformation from within the original 86 movie. Here we got Kickback, and here we got Scrapnel / Shrapnel, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, and then you could literally just have him posed on here, partially as he was in the movie, holding his gun and kind of looking, although you do have to be mindful that his wing pieces might partially get in the way, so just be mindful of that. But if you wanted to, you have that as an option. And as always, options are good! Now back in the box with the display stand. Okay, sorry, I had to get this inserted in right before I did the ending of this video. Apparently, I missed a step in the transformation, and you'll see this right at the very end, but you're actually supposed to turn that piece around on his head. That's the reason why that's on a pivot joint. I didn't realize that till I was just about to finish wrapping up with the recording, so that's why this little bit got inserted. So enjoy the rest of the review. There you have my video review for Transformers Generation Studio Series Voyager class Scourge. He's a really cool, very fun figure. Very nicely updated in comparison to his Titan's Return version, which is a figure I still really like, but this was a very nice, needed update to Scourge. And I can rightfully say that. If you can find him in stores, with Galvatron being right around the corner and him looking awesome, I would totally suggest and recommend getting him along with Cyclonus. Then you can really have this whole trio together and having them looking at among their best for mainline stuff. So I think that will just about do it. So if you enjoyed this review, please let me know in the comment section down below. And also please be certain to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with whoever you think might also like it. And don't forget to check me out on social medias. Links will of course be in the description down below. And so until next time, fun people, we will just catch you all later. Camera fall down.